it's Mimmi from C-Mimmi-O. Welcome to the channel. And this time in marketing, talking about a little bit of a different kind of topic because I think it's something that gets a bit forgotten in all these modern things that we're doing. And I think that it's the Z pattern or any patterns that are used for ad creation or newsletter creation or content creation. And I wanted to discuss that what's still working and what I see is now kind of breaking. So let's start with the first one, which I think is probably one of the most known ones, common ones, which is the Z pattern. I think it's the oldest framework we know in advertising. The top left, top right, diagonal, bottom right. And there from brand, message, visual, CTA. It's very simple, it's clean, it's effective. But I do see the question nobody is really asking loudly enough, that is it still working in this AI-driven modular scroll-first world? So are we clinging to some design rule built for billboards while marketing now lives inside feeds, AI summaries, and fragmented interfaces? And I want to properly unpack this. I mean, the Z pattern worked so well back in the day because it was designed for the print, posters, outdoor, and simple landing pages. I think it worked because the Western reading behavior flows from left to right and from top to bottom. And when your layout is minimal, the eye needs structure. And the Z provides this structure. In high-speed environments like outdoor advertising, that clarity is actually really powerful. But there's a catch. It will assume limited elements, controlled layout, one clear message, and one CTA. And that assumption no longer holds in most digital environments. So where does Z still work and why? It's not something that you want to scrap. It still performs really well in hero sections, for example, single offer landing pages, paid social visuals, and print campaigns. And especially if you're running a one message, one CTA campaign, Z is clean and really efficient. But you need to notice something really important. It works best when cognitive load is low. And today's marketing reality doesn't really support that a lot because the high cognitivity load is now everywhere. So where is the Z now breaking down? Because the digital environments are like scroll-heavy, modular, algorithm-driven, personalized, and really multi-CTA. Users really don't scan neatly anymore. They kind of jump between headings, skim bold text, they ignore banner-like zones. It's called banner blindness, and they react to contrast and motion. If you have really content-heavy pages, F pattern and layer cake scanning are the ones that start to dominate. In dynamic feeds, attention is triggered by contrast, faces, movement, and emotional cues, not really the layout structure. And here's a real shift. AI search fragments layout entirely. Your beautifully designed Z layout, AI may summarize it into 3 bullet points. Layout matters less, and then the structure and clarity, point taken, the clarity matter even more. And I see the real shift going from layout to actually architecture. We are moving from this layout first thinking to content architecture thinking, where in the AI SEO era, headlines start to matter more than pixel positioning. Chunking matters more than visual symmetry, and semantic clarity beats aesthetic perfection. So, to put it quite frankly, if AI is extracting answers from your content, it really doesn't care about your Z flow. What it cares about is structured hierarchy, clear intent signals, and logical progression. That's the shift marketers must internalize. So how do I see the future happening? So I think that it's going to be all about adaptive attention design. I think the next evolution isn't Z or F or some clear structure. It's about adaptive layout. AI personalized content blocks, dynamic CTAs, reordered modules based on user behavior. I think the design is something that it will become predictive. Instead of assuming a universal eye path, we'll design for attention triggers. Something like contrast, motion, human faces, color anchors, and contextual relevance. But Z pattern won't disappear. Its strategic importance will shrink though. So, what should you do? What you should do is use Z intentionally for these simple high impact ads, single message campaigns, print and outdoors. But for this digital AI driven environments, you should start designing for modular flexibility, semantic clarity, scan behavior, and personalization. I think that the marketers that will understand this transition will also be able to design for both humans and algorithms. And I think that's the real competitive advantage. Yeah. I wrote a blog post about it with some more depths and some more patterns and insights. The link is in the description. That's all from me now. Bye.